and welcome to lesson 90 on measuring turns. So up here we've got our little north, west, east, south thing. North is on the top, south is on the bottom, and across the middle is going to spell we, W-E for west and east. All right, on your paper, you will want to draw this little compass when you're solving these problems to keep yourself turning the right direction. Okay, now we got 3 measures we need to memorize. A full turn, okay? If we start here and we go all the way around, a full turn is 360 degrees. So here, if I've got my guy right here, and if he did a flip, like a cartwheel, and came all the way back up to the same standing position, then he went 360 degrees. That's how many degrees are in the inside of a circle. It is anything that is a full turnaround. All right, a half turn. So if you start facing one direction and you turn around to where you're facing the opposite direction, like if I started like this guy and I ended up going over into a cartwheel and I just stayed in a handstand, that would be 180 degrees. It is exactly opposite. Or if I was facing the board in our room, the really big long board in the room, and I turned 180 degrees, I would be facing the windows. Okay, it's like right behind you. Then our final thing is a quarter turn. So if I turn just a quarter, it's 90 degrees, which is half of 180. And there's 2 types of quarter turns. I've got a clockwise turn, which is if this guy were to fall over to the right and go 90 degrees, he would look like this. That is clockwise. It goes the direction that the clock hands go. Right? The clock hands go around the clock like this. So a clockwise 90-degree turn is going to the right, or a counterclockwise goes to the left and would be like if he fell over this way. All right? So we got 90-degree turn to the right, 90-degree turn to the left. Let's get to the examples. Leah was traveling north. At a light, she turned 90 degrees to the left and traveled 1 block more. Then she turned 90 degrees to the left again. What direction was Leela then traveling? So let's draw a picture to help ourselves out. So first we know she's traveling north, okay, which I'm going up in the direction to the north. And then it says that she, instead of continuing on north, she turned 90 degrees left, which is going to give us a right angle, a 90-degree angle. See how this all comes together? So now she's traveling in this direction. She's going west. I'm going to turn my paper so I can make my lefts and rights make sense. So I'm traveling west, and after 1 block, instead of continuing to go west, she makes another left-hand 90-degree turn. And so now it wants to know what direction is she traveling. Well, if I turn my paper to see the direction she's going, I can see that now she is going south. Okay, so which direction was Leah then traveling? South. Andy and Barney were both facing north. Okay, so I've got 2 people. I'm just going to put like this, and they are facing north. That's why I put this in the north direction. Okay? Let's see. Andy made a quarter turn clockwise. Remember, which way does clockwise go? It goes to the right. So he made a quarter turn clockwise to face east. I'm going to label this one as Andy and this one as Barney. Clockwise to face east. So Andy is going to go this way, quarter turn to where now he is facing east. Barney turned counterclockwise to turn east. So Barney turned this way and he went all the way around until he is also facing east. How many degrees did Barney turn? Okay, so we're going to use what we know about the degrees so far. If he had gone all the way around and back to the same spot, a full turn, that would have been 360 degrees, right? And we know that from here to here was 90 degrees. So he went almost a whole turnaround, except for he didn't do the last 90 degrees, because that's from here to here. So I'm going to take away that 90 degrees to find out what all of this was. Excuse me. So 360 minus 90 is 270. So we know that Barney turned 270 degrees. Last question. As Liz ran each lap around the park, she made 6 turns to the left and no turns to the right. What was the average number of degrees for each turn? I drew a picture to help you. So she starts here. She's running around the park, and then instead of going this way, she makes 1 turn. This is turn 1, and then turn 2, and then turn 3, and then turn 4, and then turn 5, and then turn 6 to end up back where she started. So the dashes show the direction she would have continued. If we add up the measures of all the exterior angles, that's these things right here, these turns right here that she made. If we add them all up, because they make a full circle, it's going to add up to 360 degrees. So what was the average number of degrees of each turn? Well, we know what they all add up to, and we know how many there are. So to find the average, I just need to divide the total degrees by the number of turns. So there were 6 turns. So 360 divided by 6 is 60 degrees, which means that the average number of degrees of each turn was 60 degrees. All right, that is all of these questions, so we will get some more practice in class. I want you to make sure that you have memorized these 3 numbers and the directions of clockwise and counterclockwise. Okay? Bring that with you tomorrow when you come to class.